G'day folks, Andy here from McDowall Manor. So I'm out the back having a bit of a rest. Quails are free ranging, and look at this. Have a look at this for a serious cute overload. So that's one of the babies, the new baby. Just starting to get his feathers in. I use the word he lightly. His. Could be a girl, too young to check yet. But yeah, he's very cute. I do start him fairly early with free ranging. That way they get used to me catching them and letting them loose and stuff, and they work out pretty quickly that I'm not really a threat to them. So that's Winnie the Wyandotte. She's gone broody. Now I tell you what, if I put my hand in there, she's drawn blood a couple of times already, little bugger. She fluffs up, and I'll try and do it without getting hurt, because it actually, oh, there she goes, look at her. Oh, look at the grumpy, oh, the grumpy chicken. Come on, fluff up a bit more and show everyone what you do. Oh, cheeky old girl. But that's a broody Wyandotte for you. That's my wicking bed. That thing in the front, that big thing there, that's the Yakon. It's going gangbusters this year. Holy guacamole. In behind it we've got sweet potato. Now I've got a new one. You can see that sweet potato is starting to climb everywhere, which is fantastic because its leaves are edible. I got a new thing popped out. Not that quail down there. See those green leaves there? They're quite a soft, really soft leaf. And the vine looks like someone's twisted it over and over and over again. Well, that's a yam. It took me a while to work out what the hell it was, and then I remembered my friend Darren gave me a piece of yam at one of the garden visits, and obviously it's gone off pretty well now, Darren. So this is the corn that's on the other side of the yard. Remember, I had to pull out the corn in the little dog's yard because a possum ate the bloody top out of it all. Mongrel thing. But you can see this tomato vine, which I ended up sticking on a trellis. God, it's producing some tomatoes. I think it's actually two, because you can see the bigger ones there, and then the tiny little ones that sort of go in a spray beside it there. But geez, we're really doing well with tomatoes at the moment. Spring tends to be our boom time over here. Once summer really hits, it's just too hot for anything to survive, really. The aquaponics bed's certainly picking up. Tell you what, if I've bloody killed one rat, I must have done at least 12. So I'm hoping I'm slowing the numbers down now. The King Kong's going pretty good. Mint's coming all back now that it's getting hotter. Got some shallots and chives and stuff in there as well. There's a tomato I can see way on the other side over there. So yeah, it's finally coming back to life, because I tell you what, for 6 months there's virtually nothing in that bed. Anything I put in there, the rats would just decimate. That's the Madagascar bean. He's been providing a lot of beans again now. That's what Madagascar beans look like if you haven't seen them. I like them. I think they're a great little bean, a lot like a Bolotti bean. And that thing underneath it is a loaf of sourdough that I whipped out the other day. But the most exciting news, I think, in the yard, and I'll zoom in a bit. My banana tree is getting bananas. I'm very excited by that. I don't know if you remember. I think I've only had that for less than 12 months, that tree, you know. We've been eating a lot of greens lately, so I've got silver beet and perpetual spinach in here. See, they've been cut. I sort of continually harvest. There's a rocket. Oh, you can see it there. It's all gone to seed. That's fantastic. That means this bed will fill with rocket. There's more silver beet or rainbow chard, call it what you will, in there. And like I say, we've been having the spanakopita, which is a cheese and spinach pie. Really bloody good too, I've got to tell you. I've been shoving a whole lot of cherry tomatoes, which is very non-traditional, but tastes fantastic. So bell chilies are back on. Got bell chilies everywhere. I'll try and not spin you too fast. Look at that, will you? Have a look at it. So we started harvesting them just as they start to get colour. That way the fruit flies don't get a chance to get them. It's the ripening tray. So as I pick things, they won't have much colour, you can see. Then they ripen up in this tray just sitting in the kitchen. That one's almost good enough to put in the fridge. And then I shove them in a Ziploc bag in the fridge. And there's the tomatoes. Don't have a lot of chicken eggs at the moment. Mostly I think because Winnie's gone broody. I cannot keep up with quail eggs. I kid you not. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dozen. 5.5 dozen. There's the ones. Holy hell, they're good producers. See down in the bottom there is my turmeric has come back, which is good. And right beside it in that wooden pot there, smothered by cherry tomatoes, this thing is ginger. So ginger's coming back as well. That's great. Get a fair few cherry tomatoes off this side of the yard too. Kind of swimming in cherry tomatoes at the moment. A couple of new additions, I think. A young berry and a curry tree. Rosie's also, I'm in the Japanese garden now. Rosie's also got some very pretty little orchids. I'll swing around. You can see that big yellow spray. So she's got some lovely different orchids. She's got a lot of big purple ones that I'm used to seeing. I'm not used to seeing these little ones. That's something nice and different for a change. Right beside the Japanese garden is our ruby grapefruit, and yes, we have at least 2 ruby grapefruits, which mightn't sound like much, but these are pretty new trees, so to get any is stunning. Very, very happy with that. What else have we got? Oh, big news, folks. There's the grape. Have a look. Have a look at that. We've got grapes. There's probably, I think, 6 bunches. Most of the bunches are bigger than that one. That just happens to be in an obvious place where I can show you. And right beside the grape is our lemonade tree. And he's a great little producer. Got quite a few lemonades. Yeah, good on you. Oh no, there's 2 on the other side. Over there somewhere. So that's great. There's 4 down the bottom. Yeah, there's quite a few. I was right. So I won't try not to bore you too much. But you can see she's taken the plant in the bottom of the beds. Which is great. You know, it really does look fantastic, I reckon. God bless her, eh? She's made lovely little cushions for on the seats that I made. How good is that? So yeah, things are looking good, folks. You look after yourselves, have a great weekend, and I'll catch up with you again, eh? Alright. That's Australian for goodbye. Alright.